Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. My name is Emily and I'm a self-employed mama of 4. My husband and I are on a journey to become debt-free using a zero-based budget and the cash stuffing method because our biggest goal is to invest wisely and give generously. So if you're interested in learning more, stay tuned. Okay, you guys, so I'm really excited for today. We're gonna do a cash condensing video. It's my first one. And so basically what I'm doing is I'm gonna be taking these bigger denominations and exchanging them out for the smaller denominations in here. And so this cash I pulled from my savings account. So technically the same amount is gonna be going back into the bank. It's just gonna be in the form of smaller denominations because these larger ones are going to take their place in my binders. And essentially this is just easier for me to count when it's fewer bills, but also my binders are getting kind of thick because there's a lot of small denominations in here. So that's what I'm going to be doing. And I'm going to start with my holiday sinking funds. And I'm going to try to be a little chatty, but I also don't want to like mess myself up either. So we're just going to see how this goes. So Valentine's Day has 10, 15, 16, 17, 18, and 19. So we're $1 short of being able to condense this envelope. So we're just going to stick this back in here. Easter, I can definitely condense. This one has 20, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, 90, 100, 110, and 115. So we're going to exchange these out for a $100 bill. So Easter has 100, 110, and 115. 4th of July has 20, 40, 50, 55, 60, 65, 70, 75, and 80. So we're gonna do 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, 45, and 50. So we're gonna exchange these out for a 50. I'm just gonna put the 5s back here. So now we have 50, 70, and 80 in 4th of July. Okay, Halloween. Let's see here. We have 10, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, and 45. So we're going to swap out this 40 for 2 20s. So now Halloween has 45 still. Did I do that? Yeah, okay. Thanksgiving has 20, 25, 30, 35, 40. So we're gonna swap out these 4 5s for a 20. All right, Black Friday. So Black Friday has 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, and 80. So swap that out for a 50. So 10, 20, 30, 40, 50. Might not have enough 50s. We're gonna see here. So I kind of have an interesting story that I can tell you guys. It's kind of one of those like smack your head moments that I had. So let's see, let's do this envelope. Christmas has, so 100, could do 100. I'm just gonna do this as I go. So 50, 70, 90, 110, 130, 150. Okay, so we have like 175 here, I think. 40, 60, 80, 100, 5. So I think this is the most I can condense it. So we're gonna do, well, 5, 10, 15, 20, 25. So we can keep one of these 20s, keep a 5, and then this should be 100. 20, 40, 60, 80, 85, 90, 95, 100. So you guys will have to bear with me. This is the first time I've done this. So we are gonna get through it together. All right, so 100, 200, 300, 350, 370, and 375. Okay, so 7, almost 8 years ago, when our oldest was born, we had a bunch of gift cards to Target, and we kind of had all the things that we needed. And mind you, this was 7 or 8 years ago. So cell phone cameras weren't as good as they are today. And so I said to my husband, like, why don't we go look at like some nice cameras and see how much those are? Because we had like probably a total of $400 in gift cards. It was our first baby. We had baby showers and all of that. And so we had a decent amount of gift cards. So we go and we like look at cameras. So New Year's Eve has 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, and 35. So exchange these out for a 20. So we go and look at cameras and we find this camera. It's like a Nikon D 3200. I don't even know what it's called. I know nothing about cameras. And it was on sale. So I think we ended up spending $50 of our own money on this camera. So I get this camera and I maybe used it a handful of times, but it was just like, I didn't know how to use the camera. It was complicated. I didn't know much about it. I didn't know how to like edit the photos. I didn't know how to like get them from the camera onto Facebook. Like I just like didn't feel like figuring it out. So the camera literally sat in a closet. It's moved twice with us. Like it's just been with us. But I just found the camera. And so I Googled if that's a camera that you can record videos on, because it's a really nice camera. And it turns out that this camera is one of the best cameras for recording videos. So I'm gonna figure out how to use this camera, and you guys might be having some really nice quality cash stuffing videos coming up here, because I just like had this camera laying around that I kind of forgot about. And then I just randomly thought about it like a couple days ago and was like, oh my gosh. So just kind of one of those moments where it's like, I had this the whole time because I just record on my cell phone. So, okay, so 100, we'll do another 100, 20, 40, 45, 50, 55, 60, and then 63. So 20, 40, 45, 50. And we can swap these out for a 10. So anyway, I just thought that was kind of like funny because like what the heck. So I'll figure out that camera, but maybe I won't say anything and you guys will just have to see if you notice like a difference in the quality of my videos. It's a 10-year-old camera. Apparently like it came out 10 years ago, but the internet said that it's still one of the best cameras. Okay, so 50, 70, 90. Okay. All right, back to school. 20, 40, 50, 60, 70, 75, 80, 85, 90, 95. All right, and then we'll swap that out for a 50. So we have 50, 70, 90, and 95 in back to school. Get all this put away here. I'm starting to worry that I don't have enough big bills to condense all of this because it's a lot, but we'll just do our best with what we have, and I can learn for next time. Seasonal decor just has $5 in there, so we don't need to condense that, obviously. All right. Let's do our high priority sinking funds next. So taxes, we'll definitely be able to condense this. So I do have a placeholder in here. This is, I have these on my shop. It's a $1,000 placeholder. It signifies that I have $1,000 in the bank. So 100, 200, 300, 400, 500, 600, 700, 800, 900, 1,000. So I also have $500 placeholders. I don't know if any of my other sinking funds are going to need a placeholder yet, and then 400 left in there still. So this represents $2,400 in the bank for taxes. Some of these high priority ones I might not need to condense because like groceries, I'm not going to condense. I don't think I can with clothing. We spend these more often. These are more like variable expenses. So we spend these more often, and sometimes it's nice to have the smaller bills in here. So if they're not super thick, I don't think I'm gonna condense them. Vehicle maintenance can definitely be condensed though. So we have 200, and then 20, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, 90, 100. $303 in here. So some of these we spend out of like often. So for example, like household, clothing, and groceries, we spend out of those often. Vehicle maintenance is less often, so I'm going to condense that one. 60, 70, 80, 90, 100. Okay. I just like to double check myself sometimes. Co-pays, we're not going to condense that one. So let's see what we have in personal hygiene. So we have 50, 70, 90, 100. And then 20, 30, oh my gosh, 10, 20, 25, 30. So we can swap these out for a 20. So 100, 120, 130, 1, 2, and 3. So 133. Baby needs, let's see, 20, 40, 50, 60, 70, 75. How many 50s do I have here? I think I probably condensed that one. Okay. Pet care has 20, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, 85, 86, 87, and 88. So I'll just maybe use up my 50s while I can. And then if I run out, I run out. All right, so 50, 70, 80, 85, 86, 87, and 88 in pet care. So I have some really exciting things that I'm going to launch in my next launch. And I know everybody's been asking when I'm gonna restock my shop. I don't know, I don't have an exact date yet, just because there's some things that I want to create and add to the next launch, things that people have been asking for. So you guys will know before I actually like relaunch my website, or like the envelopes go back in stock, like you will know ahead of time so that you can like plan. So 20, 40, 60, 70, 75, 78. So we'll do a 50. Maybe we can condense and get more 50s later on. We'll see. So note to self, more 50s next time. 50, 70, 75, 6, 7, and 8. 78 in Sam's Club. I mean, I would start planning ahead now. This last launch, I think I waited too long to make my envelopes out of stock because it was a lot of envelopes. I think I ended up making close to 1,000 envelopes, and I hate when people have to wait a long time. So I might not offer like as many envelopes available this next launch. So make sure that you're like ready, so that you don't miss it. But so 5, 10, 15, 20, because I want everyone to have the tools they need, but I also don't want people to have to be like waiting for forever. So, okay. High priority is so much better now with those smaller bills. All right, so some of these that we use often, again, I'm not gonna condense too much. Like this one, I might condense a few of these, but nothing crazy. So 65 is what eating out has. Drinks has 40, 220s already. I'm not going to condense spending cash. Well, maybe, I don't think I can with mine, but Chris's I might be able to. So he has 250s. We'll do that because we have a lot of 100s, and that way we have a 50 to work with again, or 250s. Home renovations doesn't have much. We can condense this a little bit, I guess. We're actually working on projects again, so this envelope was kind of depleted because we needed to get some things to finish up some projects around the house. Kids, let's see here. 5, 10, 15, 20. So 21 is what we have in kids. And you know what, I'm actually gonna leave some of these 5s because sometimes I like to stuff my wallet with just that one's like really bad. We'll do this one. I'm gonna leave some smaller bills in here on purpose because I do pull from here to stuff my wallet sometimes. Family fun, 10, 20. So I think for family fun, what I'm gonna do is exchange that for a 20 and then exchange this for a 20. Sometimes when we go and do things, it's nice to not have like super big bills. So I hope this is making sense. There's just some envelopes that it makes sense to have smaller bills, but they could still be condensed quite a bit. So this one has 125, so this one cannot be condensed any more than it already is. Nails I'm gonna leave because I'm gonna spend that money probably within the next week or two. Gifts, 20, 40, 60, 80, 90, 100. Date night has 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, 45, and 50. So I think I will actually swap this out. We have quite a collection of 5s happening, 5s and 10s. So 55 in date night. Target has 15, so we could probably swap 2 of these out. 10. Organizing, 20, 40, 50, 55, 60, 65, 70. So we'll do a 50. It's like an old 50. Memberships has 50, 70, 90, 110, 20, 30, 40, 50, 55. So we can swap out 20, 40, 60, 70, 80, 90, and 100. So 100, 150, 155, 6, 7, 8, 9. So 159. Let's see here. Drops. So 20, 40, 60, 80, 90, 100. 25. So let's do 20, 40, 60, 70, 80, 90, 95, 100. All right, so 125 to condense drops. Seasonal lawn care, 20, 40, 60, 65, 70, 75, 80, 85. So we're out of 50s, but 5, 10, 15, 20. So we'll condense that with the 20. So 20, 40, 60, 80, 85. Wedding ring has 50, 60, 70, 80, and 90. So we're getting close, but we can swap these out for two 20s. Getting close to 100 in here, which feels so far away. All right, so 10th anniversary. Oh, look, more 50s. So we'll swap those out for 100. Actually, take that out. So 250 is what we have in our 10th anniversary sinking fund. And this is just for a trip that we're gonna take to the same place we went to for our mini moon, like right after we were married. So we thought that would be a fun little vacation to take together. Travel has 20, 30, 35, 40, 45, 50, 55, and 60, right? 20, 30, 35, 40, 45, 50, 55, 60. So this will swap out for this 50 here. Another ugly old 50. Whatever, it spends the same, right? And then I can put this binder back over here too. So I don't know that there's much I can condense in my business binder, but we're gonna check it out anyway. Virtual assistant, 40, 60, 70, 80, and 90. Well, I mean, I could do this, I guess, but this is gonna go back to the bank anyway. Some of these are, so these are like business expenses I have to pay for services, like assistants and stuff. So it's gonna go back to the bank soon anyway, but just for the sake of condensing, we will do this. Some of these are like true sinking funds though. Project broadcast, I know I can swap out. Business expenses, so this is one that I could, this is more of a sinking fund. My business expenses, my office supplies, like those are definitely more true sinking funds where I keep the cash in here until I need it. Whereas these first ones here are things that I pay for every month. So they're kind of more like bills. Office supplies, cannot condense that. Travel has 30, so we're not going to condense that. YouTube, I could condense this with a 20. Anyone else need their cash like straight when they're doing this? I feel like I'm always like adjusting it to make it straight again. Okay, so office supplies has 125. Inventory has 150, so I cannot condense this anymore. Shipping, I can condense this one. I'm gonna swap this out for a better 5. I know I've got some crispier ones in here. Well, that one's better. We'll bring these ugly ones back to the bank. They can have them back. All right, organizing. We'll swap this out for a 10. I don't really need a whole lot. I already got some things not too long ago, so. right, and then that is it for the business binder, which is our last binder. So if you stuck through this long, like, congratulations, we got through this together. It was my first bill condensing video. So all of this money now is going to go back to the bank, back into my savings account. And specifically the money that I took out of my taxes for my high priority sinking funds, that will go into a different savings account that I keep for all of like our taxes and stuff. So thank you guys so much for hanging out with me. If you haven't yet, make sure you check out my last cash stuffing video, because I do announce a giveaway in that video. So make sure you go and watch that, subscribe, and you have to comment something kind of specific. So make sure that you watch the video so that you can get into the giveaway drawing. Thank you guys so much again for 5K. Thank you for hanging out with me today, and I will see you guys in my next video.